So I read The Turn of the Screw by Henry James, and I believe this book should be kept on the college book list of books that should be read before you're leaving high school, because this book was actually kind of a difficult and engaging read. You really had to pay attention and analyze what the narrator was saying, because this whole book was written in first person, and because of this fact, you're left with very vague interpretations of the other characters, that is. For example, in the very beginning, it starts out and it's a random narrator that is never named. You don't even know very much about them. And they're at this Christmas party and they're telling ghost stories, which I don't understand why, but they are. And so this guy starts talking, and he's talking about how this crazy thing happened between two kids and two ghosts, and it was actually with a lady that he knew and kind of loved her, something like that. So he starts telling this story after he gets this manuscript thing that helped build the suspense at the very beginning. And it's from the first person view of this governess lady who worked at this manor called Bly or something like that. And this book is just, it's crazy because the only way you really get to see how the characters are by other people's interpretations, like the way they notice things. Like, for example, you look in the eyes of somebody and through the narrator, and you see like how they're feeling and what they're like and that kind of thing. Like, for example, they don't really give you true like character aspects. They only give you like physical aspects and things they notice. Just like for example, the two kids that the governess watches are way too nice. Just, it's almost inhuman how nice they are. And it kind of weirds out the governess because she's new, because the former governess died for an unknown cause. And this governess starts seeing things, and like seeing people that actually end up being ghosts, because she tells basically her best friend about these people that she keeps seeing, and they match up to two people that used to work there but both died for unsaid reasons in the book. And she's seen these people, and they're always around the kids that she's watching. And it turns out that it's a man and a woman, and the man was very close to the boy child named Miles, and the woman was very close to the girl child named Flora. And she honestly believes that they're there to corrupt the kids. There are very few times that you see in the novel where she's worried about them physically harming them, but it's more about them being corrupt and knowing things that they shouldn't yet. For example, she doesn't really, the whole time, she doesn't worry about what's going to happen to them physically. She's just worried about what they're finding out. Like, she's afraid at one point that Flora, the girl, knows that the ghosts exist or are even there, and it drives her crazy. She's trying to find out if they actually are, if they actually do know that they are there, but she has no way of finding it out, and she never actually does find out. But she just keeps going about trying to figure it all out, and you're left with all the vague interpretations because the narrator that's reading the book that is actually the book, it's like a book within a book, doesn't have the full thing. He's actually missing parts of the book that are stated randomly throughout the novel. You're left vaguely trying to figure out if like how the kids are being corrupt, which is a major theme. Like most people are worried about kids being corrupt, not what's actually going to happen to them. And it's just crazy because there's all these symbols in it, there's all these motifs. For example, there's like the candle, which represents safety, and when it goes out, something bad happens. While it's on, everything's good, and it's just weird. And then the motifs are just like the moon, for example, represents like if there's no moon, there's no supernatural. If there's a moon, there is. Which is crazy. And this book really requires a lot of analysis to fully understand it. I had to actually reread a lot of parts because I didn't fully understand it the first time. So I recommend reading it. It's a good book, and I think it should be kept on the list. So thank you.